Welcome to Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. I'm Peter Gross, the co-host of the original Wild Kingdom with Marlin, Perkins, and Jim Fowler. You know, throughout the years of filming Wild Kingdom, we were faced with the grim reality of extinction of some animal species. In the 60s and early 70s, animals were negatively impacted by the loss of habitat and the use of a chemical insecticide known as DDT. Today, DDT has been banned in the United States, and we've made great strides to preserve wide open spaces where animals can thrive. Wild Kingdom made a direct impact on modern captive breeding and release programs. We are now seeing a positive comeback for species like this red-tailed hawk. We must all do our part to continue this progress to protect all animals in the Wild Kingdom. So sit back and relax and enjoy Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom is presented by Mutual of Omaha.
The grizzly bear. Few animals have so stirred man's fear and imagination. The legend of its matchless strength spans the history of the West. Today, this monarch of North American wildlife is disappearing from its former range, but the legend continues. Some call it the most dangerous animal on four legs, but perhaps the most feared grizzly of all is the renegade, the killer of livestock. This grizzly must be tracked and captured. Welcome to Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. When a renegade grizzly began marauding ranch livestock in one of the few areas where these bears remain, Stan Brock and I were invited to help capture it. With grizzlies becoming increasingly rare, we were determined to catch this fellow unharmed. WK here is all wrapped up in the only weapon we plan to use, a lasso. Of all the methods of capturing wild animals, this seemed the best way to take the bear without injury.
A capture gun, like this, shooting drug-filled darts, is very efficient. But if the bear should become overheated during the chase, the tranquilizer used could be lethal. A net would mean working too close to the animal. So that left roping as our best method of catching and controlling the bear. It's nothing new. Grizzly roping was a regular event in the Old West. The main difference is that in those days, a great many riders took part. But for our grizzly, there were only two of us.
We had to find the bear first, and that meant searching the rocky foothills near the ranch. These brush-studded slopes offer plenty of concealing cover, and as we head toward camp, Stan and I watch carefully for signs of life. This is grizzly country, but all we've seen this morning has been an occasional coyote. There's something moving just ahead, a black bear, usually quite shy of man. We've been spotted, and he's keeping plenty of ground between us. If we had surprised a grizzly that way, we might well have been met with an angry charge. We're nearing the base camp, and waiting for us here is Ollie Barney, the man in charge of this capture operation. If anyone can find the grizzly, he can. Ollie is a master tracker, and he's got help today. Some of the best tracking dogs in this wild country. We'll search for the bear's trail in a nearby valley. If we find the grizzly, the problem will be getting our roping horses close so Stan can lasso it. Ollie's hounds are beautifully trained. They track both cougar and bear, and their noses are incredibly keen. Ollie's known them to follow scent trails up to 36 hours old under ideal conditions. But today we're faced with conditions far from perfect. It's hot and dry, and that means the ground won't hold an animal scent for long. The dogs will have difficulty tracking, but if they do pick up a trail, we'll know it's fresh. This ground is crisscrossed with hundreds of scent trails, faint odors settling on the ground in the wake of passing animals. The hounds search among these invisible imprints for a scent they recognize. It looks like Red's found something. His bark calls the others. Now on the trail, they find their voices. The way they're moving, that scent must be fresh. All we have to do is stay with them. They're getting close. We can tell by their barks. A cougar. They've been following a cougar trail. It's heading for cover, but the dogs see it. They're hunting by sight now. The cougar will stand and fight when the dogs reach it. We'll have to try and head them off first. The big cat could easily kill or injure a hound. They're almost on it.
We're too late. They've got the cat at bay. The dogs are masters at staying just out of reach. But these cats are quick. We'll have to get those hounds away from the angry cougar. Only the dog's skillful teamwork protects them from the cougar. When it charges one, the others attack the exposed flank, forcing the cougar to turn. The horses don't like being this close to the cat. The cougar's exhausted. It's not likely to attack as we leash the hounds, so long as we don't get too close. Easy does it. Now that the way is clear, the cougar wastes no time escaping. Ollie's got the others. We'll have to keep them leashed. If we release them again, they'll simply take after the cat once more, since they're trained to hunt them too. We'll lead the dogs into the next valley before we search again for signs of bear. For now, this valley belongs to a surprised and tired cougar.
To stop the dogs from following the cougar, we kept them leashed till we were over into the next valley. Here we decided to try again for the trail of the grizzly. It's big country, but wherever the bear goes, he leaves a scent trail behind. If he's passed this way today, the dogs can find him. We'll try our luck here. We should be far enough from the cougar to avoid picking up its trail again. Now it's up to the dogs. As long as they're quiet, we know they haven't found anything. They'll only begin barking when they pick up the trail they're searching for. The ground's getting warmer under the hot sun, and any scent will fade quickly now. No sign of a trail yet, but Ollie spotted something far across the valley. There it is, the grizzly. Ollie's experienced eye picked it out on a distant slope. That's the livestock raider, all right. He's killed a goat. Before we can get our horses close, the dogs will have to bring him to bay. There, they've picked up his trail. They've seen him now. He's setting a fast pace. Their barks make the dogs easy to follow, but grizzlies have tremendous endurance. He may travel quite a distance before he makes a stand. The dogs will stay right with him, snapping at his heels to make him turn and fight. When he does, they're always just out of reach. He's still showing no signs of tiring. There's nothing to do but stay with him. It's amazing how quickly this big animal can move. He's giving the dogs a real race.
This could be trouble. They're heading for a box canyon. If the grizzly goes down there, we won't be able to take our horses in after him. We're too late. He's heading in. This is a dangerous place for the dogs. The rocks and water make it more difficult for them to react quickly. And one misstep will put them under the grizzly's claws. There's no chance of roping him down in those rocks. Somehow, we'll have to get the grizzly out of the canyon. There's only one way out of this box canyon, the same way they came in. The other slopes are too steep for the bear to climb. Ollie will try to get the dogs off, while Marlin and I move to the exit. If Ollie can get the hounds away, maybe the grizzly will leave the canyon. The dogs are giving him no peace. If he does come out, he's going to come out ready for a fight.
Before he could get near the grizzly, Ollie had to pull his dogs back from the angry bear. The grizzly is trapped by the high-walled canyon. There's only one way out through the steep surrounding cliffs, and that's where we'll wait for him. He can't come out, though, as long as the dogs block his escape. Ollie will have to get them off. Grizzly is one animal you approach with extreme caution. Those rocks might offer Ollie some protection if the bear charges. Grizzlies aren't good climbers, but they are fast, agile fighters. The hounds are fearless, and if Ollie doesn't get them off soon, he may lose one to the grizzly. He can't risk getting any closer. He'll have to call them from there. What superbly trained animals. Even in the fever of the fight, they respond immediately to Ollie's voice command. Once the dogs are away from the bear's escape route, we should see action. He's coming out. It'll soon be a race between grizzly and roping horse. And we'll stay out of sight till he's clear of the canyon entrance. Now we're between him and the canyon.
He's moving into flat, open ground, perfect for the lasso. Look at that speed. Now. Missed. It's hard to get a noose on him. That bobbing head and short neck make a difficult target. He's got plenty of fight left. If I do rope him, I'll need Marlin's help to handle him. What tremendous endurance this animal has. So long as he fights the lasso, the noose should hold him. The danger is he may charge my horse. He'll slip the noose if he gets any slack. I can't let him circle us. If he does, he'll tangle the horse's legs in the lasso. If he shakes that noose, we'll lose him. We've got to get another rope on him.
He should be an easy target with Stan's rope slowing him down. Now, if we can keep him between us, he can't charge either horse. But he's still a long way from being caught. He's not going anywhere, but we've got to get those feet tied before he'll be safe to handle.
I'll try to snare his legs. My horse must keep the noose tight. He's giving slack.
I can hold it.
There go the loops. He's free. Just inches. If the limb were lower or the tree farther, he'd have got me for sure. Fortunately, grizzlies aren't tree climbers, but what runners. He's angry, but I guess escape seems better now than revenge. It'll take more than we planned on to rope this grizzly. Let's see if I can untangle you here, old chap.
You may not be as good a roper as Stan, WK, but I'll bet you're a lot better tree climber. The dogs lost the grizzly's trail on a patch of hot, rocky ground. And though we hunted for days, we never found him again. His trail led us out of the ranch country, and there have been no reports of livestock raids since. Even though he escaped our ropes, the grizzly is no match for a man with a gun. The grizzly has long been a coveted trophy because of its fierce reputation. And today, as few as 500 bears may remain south of the Canadian border. That number is certain to be reduced still further. The grizzly's only natural enemy, man, is also its only hope for survival in the wild kingdom.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Like what you saw? Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for more exclusive content. And visit our website at wildkingdom.com.